All right, welcome everyone to this week's live English class. I am going to be teaching one of my students who happens to be a student leader in my program called Daily English Lessons Membership. We might have a few other students that join us, but I really enjoy doing these classes, and I want to introduce you to this individual first, and then we're going to dive into today's class. So I hope you have your notebook and your pen ready because you are going to learn a lot. So I want to introduce Tazil. Tazil, how are you?
I'm doing great, Teacher Tiffany. And how about you?
I'm doing amazing, Tazil. Thank you for asking. I really enjoy these classes. I enjoy teaching, so I'm excited to share with you everything that I've prepared. So it's good to see you.
I'm elated. I'm elated to be here this morning.
I
Thank
love
you.
it. I love it. All right, Tazil. Now, our topic for the class today is actually friendship. So I'm going to teach you vocabulary word, an idiom, and an expression, and we're going to dive deep into this topic. But I want to ask you, Tazil, before we learn the first vocabulary word, can you tell us about one of your closest friends, maybe even your best friend? How do you feel about this person, and how did you get so close to this person?
Thank you, Teacher Tiffany,
Mm.
for this question. My best friend is actually my husband.
Mm.
We has been friends since we were a teenager,
Yeah.
and he's a wonderful person.
Oh,
He is also a dependable person.
I love it.
Never judge me,
Mm.
always be by my side,
Yes.
always there for me.
Yes.
So my best friend is my husband.
I love that.
It can be rude for some persons, but for me it's since we were teenager, we were so close.
Yeah.
We share everything together.
I love it.
So he's my soulmate.
I love it. Okay, I'm smiling so hard. First, of course, I love being your teacher and I love you as a person, but I also love it's written all over your face. Like as you were talking about your husband, like it's like your face kept lighting up and getting like your smile got bigger and bigger. And as a woman, it's to see another woman speaking about her husband like that, it's so amazing. So I love that. Whoever your husband is, I want you to tell him later, Teacher Tiffany said, hello, he's amazing. Because he made you so happy. I love it.
I will. Thank you.
I love it. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, Tazil, we're going to dive into our lesson. And I'm going to teach you some expressions that you can use moving forward to even describe your husband. So are you ready to dive in?
Of course, yes.
Good, let's do it. All right, so we're going to dive into, again, our topic is friendships. And the very first word I want to teach you is bond. Okay, the word is bond, all right? And so this term bond, before we dive into the definition, I want to help you with the pronunciation. So if you can repeat after me, okay, after me, bond.
Bound.
Excellent. Again, bond.
Bound.
Excellent. And last time after me, bond.
Bound.
Great job. Great job. And again, for those that are watching, I want you also to repeat after me, just like I have Tazil repeating after me. Now, this term bond literally just means a close connection or tie between people, or a relationship built on mutual affection and trust. In English, we call this a bond. So, for example, when you think about your husband, Tazil, because we're talking about your husband, right? Or any other close friends you have, something happens when you're around him. Something happens when you're around those you're close to. You actually kind of want to be a bit closer to him. There's a physical connection, right? And this is called that bond, right? It draws you closer to him. You want to be near him because there's a connection. So you know how you have a hand, your left and your right hand. When they come together and they do this, right? It's harder to pull apart. They're close. So think about a bond like that. When you are close to someone, there's a connection and you don't want to separate. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So this term bond is used very often when we're speaking about friendships. So I want to look at the example sentences first, and then we're going to go into letting you create some example sentences as well. Here's the first example sentence. The two childhood friends have maintained a strong bond despite living in different countries. Once again, the two childhood friends have maintained a strong bond despite living in different countries. Now, what happens sometimes is you'll be away from a friend, you'll be away from those that you're close to, and you feel like you're pulling away. But when you're super close to someone, even when they're far away, even when they're in another state or another country, you still feel close. That's because you have a very strong bond. They are a part of you. Does that kind of make sense from that sentence as well?
This example is mine.
Yes, I
It's
love
part of my
it.
experience.
Really? Tell us more. Tell us more. It's part of your experience, your childhood friend?
My husband has, when we were friends, he has to live abroad to study.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we were separated,
Yeah,
we still had this bond
I love it.
together.
Oh, and I love how you said we still had this bond. You used it immediately. Excellent. Very good job. Very good. I love it. I love it. Again,